All right, now we're getting into the really interesting stuff, brokers. So a Kafka cluster is composed of multiple servers, and these servers are called brokers because they serve and receive data. Each broker can be identified with its ID, which is an integer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Each broker contains certain topic partitions. We'll see that. And after you connect to any broker, just one, which is called a bootstrap broker, but they're all bootstraps, you'll be connected to the entire cluster. And that's what makes Kafka so powerful. You can just connect to one broker, and if there are 20 brokers in your cluster, that's fine. You'll be connected to the entire cluster. A good number of brokers to get started with in Kafka is 3. But some big clusters for some really big companies have over 100 brokers. And that just shows you how much Kafka can scale horizontally. So now it's going to be quite visual because I really want you to understand what brokers are and what they contain. So let's take an example where we have 2 topics, 3 brokers. And so for these 2 topics, the first one has 3 partitions and the second one has 2 partitions. So the first topic, topic 1, it's in orange. The partition 0 is on broker 1, the partition 2 is on broker 2, and the partition 1 is on broker 3. And as you can see, the data is spread between 3 different brokers. And the second topic has 2 partitions. It's the yellow topic. And as you can see, broker 1 has the partition 1 for topic 2, and broker 2 has the partition 0 for topic 2. And as you can notice, broker 3 doesn't have any topic 2 data because there are only 2 partitions and you have 3 brokers. So just look again at that graph. It's really important to understand that not every broker has every topic, and actually data is spread out. So if you're interested in a data in partition 2 of topic 1, you'll have to go and see broker 2. So the cool stuff that I told you before is that if you connect to broker 1, you'll be connected also to broker 2 and broker 3. And then if you start asking for topic 2, for example, Kafka will directly know that you have to talk to broker 1 and 2. So you don't have to worry about that. But you need to understand how data is placed on your brokers. Now let's talk about topic replication factor. So topics, they're fine, just the way we showed you. But usually, they should have a replication factor greater than 1. So usually between 2 and 3. This way, if a broker will crash, for example, another broker can still serve the data. So let's take an example to understand what happens. So same diagram. We have one topic and it has 2 partitions. And the replication factor for that topic is 2. So the first partition is partition 0, and that's the bold orange. And the second partition is partition 1, and that's the very light orange. So as you can see, partition 0 of topic 1 is on broker 1 and 2. And partition 1 is on broker 2 and 3. So as you see, each partition has 2 replicas across the whole cluster. And that's where the replication factor comes from. Okay, so as we can see, like all the arrows, that shows the data being replicated. So now, let's consider something. We lose broker 2. It goes down, it crashes, the server's gone. That's fine, because we had a replication factor of 2. The result is that broker 1 and 3, well, they can still serve the data. Look at this. We have partition 0 and partition 1. So the idea is that as soon as you have a replication, you can lose one broker, if the replication factor is 2, and you can still serve the whole data sets. So that's really important, really important that you set a replication factor of at least 2, at least. Usually 3 is the optimal number. So now let's talk about leader, the concept of leader for a partition. And that's really important again. At any time in your cluster, only one broker can be a leader for a given partition. And only that leader can receive and send data. That's it. All the other brokers, all the other replicas, they're just here for synchronizing the data, for copying what's going on in the leader. Okay? So, for example, in this graph right here, where there's a star, it's a leader. And when there's no star, it's a replica. So basically, the naming convention is that there's a leader for each topic partition, and then there is ISR, which means in-sync replica, for the replicas. In-sync means it's copying really fast from the leader and it's not too far behind. So as you can see in this graph right here, broker 1 is the leader for partition 0, and broker 2 is the leader for partition 1. And then the other replicas are just ISRs. Yeah, so that's it for replications and brokers. It's really important to understand that Kafka is a distributed system, and therefore you need to understand how the data is distributed and how Kafka serves you the data to really understand how to use Kafka. So if these concepts were a little bit tough, feel free to revisit the lessons, and I promise you, as the course goes by, it'll make all sense to you. Thanks for watching.